Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Alan with another broadcast of the Morlog Morning Digest. As always, I ask that you guys please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, but most importantly, I ask that you guys please share the content and help the channel grow. I also ask that you guys check out the description below. It has a couple of options for donations via Patreon as well as a PayPal. And I also ask that you guys check out the description because it has a couple of links to my new channel over on Rumble as well as my channel over on BitChute. I'm trying to diversify as much as I can away from YouTube, and I really hope to see you guys over there. Now, we all know that there was just a $900 billion stimulus package passed. Now, we all know that we're going to be receiving a $600 check. And a lot of you guys may think that this is going to help you out. And in the short term, it very well may. But I want you guys to understand something, and I want to make it very clear. We are on the precipice of an economic downturn, the likes of which has never been seen. It is going to be far worse than the Great Depression ever was, and you need to be prepared for it, and you need to understand why it is happening. Now, what I want you guys to understand is China, services, most of the United States debt. That debt has grown exponentially to the point where it is impossible for us to ever pay it back. If you were to take every single cent from every single billionaire in the United States, it would only fund the federal government for 1 year. Now, another interesting fact is, out of all of the money that has ever been printed in the United States from the time that it was conceived until now, 10% of that money has been printed in the last year. 10% of that money has been printed in the last year. Now, that number has risen in the last 4 months by 3 to 4%. That is absolutely insane. I've looked historically at other countries worldwide, and there's only 2 that I can find that have ever ran into this scenario before, and that was Weimar Germany as well as Venezuela. And we both know how it turned out for those 2 countries. I want to look at Weimar Germany, and I want you guys to understand exactly what happened when their currency reset, because we are going to see the same exact thing happen here in the United States, and it is unavoidable at this point. All right? It is unavoidable. Now, the Federal Reserve will come out, and they will reset our currency. This happened in India. What will happen is they will tell us, you have a certain amount of days to go to the bank and hand over your old dollars and put them into your bank account, because they're going to be resetting the currency. They will give a new form of currency, whether it be crypto or it be physical currency like we have now. The money that you had prior to that date will no longer be able to be used. In order to withdraw your new currency from the bank, you will be taxed on it. That is exactly what happened in India. People woke up one day and their money was worth absolutely nothing. The Indian government needed to be funded, and the only way that they could figure out to do so was to tax people on their withdrawals. The thing is people were keeping their money underneath their beds and shoeboxes. So they made them turn that money into the banks, and in order to withdraw it to get new currency, you had to get taxed. Effectively, the biggest redistribution of wealth known to mankind. And that is what we are living through right now. In the United States, we'll see the same thing happen. What happened in Weimar Germany is, they printed so much money, that it became worthless because there was so little goods being produced. So what happened is a barter system started to take place. And that happened because stores literally closed down and refused to sell anything for currency, because as soon as they received the money, it depreciated in value exponentially, to the point where you needed wheelbarrows full of money to buy bread, And by the time they reset the currency, people were literally shoveling wheelbarrows of this currency into a ditch because it was absolutely worthless. What this means is you need to diversify out of the dollar bill as soon as possible, and with as much currency as you can, with still having enough assets to get by on a day-to-day basis. Not all of us are able to do this, and I'm sorry if you're not, but you need to be aware of the situation that you find yourself in, because those who bury their heads in the sand are those who are first to feel the pain. All right? Diversify out of the dollar bill as much as humanly possible, whether it be crypto, whether it be gold, whether it be silver. Those currencies are not going to lose value. And if you look at what Bitcoin has done in the last couple of months, it has increased like 27%. And that is directly tied to the value of the dollar. The more the dollar goes down, the more gold goes up, the more silver goes up, the more cryptos go up. There is no coincidence. Okay? You can't turn a blind eye to it. Some of you may argue that cryptocurrency is inevitably a bad means of currency because it's used for nefarious things like trafficking, like drugs, etc., etc., etc. I want you guys to think, though. Pablo Escobar, when his compounds were raided, they found rooms full of cash. Rooms sealing the floor full of cash. The dollar bill that you use on a day-to-day basis is used for just as much dirty stuff as cryptocurrencies. Okay? You can't make that argument, and you can't be blinded by the fact that crypto is a good investment simply because of those people that use it for nefarious things. It's like a gun. It's a tool. It can be used for good or evil, right? The important thing that you understand is that the amount of debt we have in the United States isn't serviceable. We can never pay it back. And we keep deficit spending more and more and more. Where is this $900 billion for this stimulus package coming from? Where is the billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars coming from the last stimulus package? We're still paying back the stimulus package from Bush, back from 9/11. Okay? We can't keep deficit spending forever. The more and more they deficit spend, the closer and closer they push us to this edge. And they are purposely doing so. John Kerry straight out said that we will see an economic reset under Joe Biden. It's Agenda 2021, and it's happening right underneath our noses. But too many people are content receiving a handout from the government and thinking that is a good thing. You can't give $600 to every person in the country and expect the dollar bill to retain its value. Because, logically speaking, everybody still has the same exact amount of wealth that they had. It's just now everybody has an extra $600. That $600 is worthless the minute everybody in the entire country gets it. Just like if you gave everybody in the country $1 million tomorrow, the price of a loaf of bread would be $250,000. We are going to see hyperinflation wreak havoc on everything and everyone you know. And we are already seeing it taking place. The greatest transfer of wealth known to mankind is happening right before our eyes. Mom and pop stores are closing down all over the country because of coronavirus. This is all by design. Because what happens is people like me and you that can't go shopping at the mom and pop stores start investing their money, spending it at Amazon, spending it at Walmart, spending it at these big corporations. And in turn, those corporate stockholders that are getting all of that money, right, are turning around and they're investing it. But they're buying stock in companies that are owned by China, that have debt serviceable and payable to China. What happens when China decides to recall that debt from the United States? Sounds a lot like what happened to Weimar Germany when the United States decided they were going to call on their debt. And it caused a depression worse than the Great Depression in the United States. You guys need to wake up to the fact that this is going on right before our eyes. And as the dollar burns, so does the country. Wrap your head around that for a minute and understand that a handout is never a good thing. And understand the reset's upon us and it's going to be economic. And John Kerry straight out came and said that it will be happening under Joe Biden's presidency. Buckle up and prepare for the ride. God bless. Have a great day. And I hope this helps you in one way or another. Until next time.